what's up, yogis? It's Kristen. Welcome to my channel and welcome to class. Today's practice is a slow, gentle flow. So we will definitely be moving our bodies around. We'll be doing a lot of breathing, but we'll keep it all at a nice, manageable pace and keep it kind of soft. So you won't need any props for your practice unless you know that you like to have yoga blocks or a blanket or whatever props you like to have handy. If you do want to have those, go ahead and gather those up. Roll out your mat, and we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So making your way down onto your mat and resting your hands in your lap. Feel free to close down your eyes here. And before we even begin to move our bodies, I just want to take a moment to get centered. So I invite you to take your right hand and place it over your heart. And then take your left hand, place it over your belly, and just start to notice any movement in your body. So maybe getting a sense for your heart beating beneath your right palm. Maybe getting a sense for the rise and fall of your breath beneath your left palm. And just allowing your breath to guide you deeper into this moment. So letting go of your to-do list, whatever you have going on after this, whatever happened before this, just set all that aside and just let yourself be really, really present. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up. Pause at the top. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. 2 more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. Fill up. Pause. And then let it go. Nice. 1 more time. Biggest breath in yet. Pause. And then let it go. Awesome. At the bottom of this breath, gently sealing your lips, letting your jaw stay relaxed, maybe keeping a little space between your teeth, breathing in and out through your nose. You can release your hands, letting your breath flow slow and steady. Start to open up your eyes and just make your way into a tabletop, coming onto your hands and your knees. Stacking your hips over your knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. A couple rounds of cat-cow here just to warm up the spine and get things moving. So as you breathe in, stretching your belly down, lifting your heart, lifting your tailbone. And as you breathe out, rounding your spine, tucking your chin to your chest as your head drops. 2 more rounds. Inhale, arching your back, really holding your heart between your shoulders. And then exhaling to round your spine, broadening between your shoulder blades. Last one like this, breathing in. Nice, breathing out. And then start to melt your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Letting your forehead come to the mat. I want you to keep your knees somewhat together. So letting your belly rest down on your thighs and just feeling that compression. On your next inhale, lift yourself up. Start to wiggle walk your hands forward slightly. And you're going to press all the way through into a cobra pose. And then take a moment here. You can always readjust as you come into it to find that kind of perfect hand positioning for you. And then maybe wiggle side to side. Just kind of ease a little bit deeper into the back bend. Lifting your heart, drawing your shoulders back. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, tuck your toes, press your hips back to your heels. Coming back to that child's pose, but adding in the toe stretch. Good. Now inhale to glide forward again. Untuck your toes, cobra. Lifting your heart, shoulders come back. Maybe the gaze goes up. And then exhale, tucking your toes, pressing back into child's. One more time, breathing in to come forward, letting the hips sink down as the heart lifts. And then exhale, tucking your toes, this time peeling your hips up and back for just a brief downward facing dog. Take some time here to move your body in a way that feels good for you. You can pedal out your feet. Shift your hips side to side. Shake out your head, yes and no. Just kind of moving around any stagnant energy, stretching into any tight spaces and places. And then from here, go ahead and drop your knees back down to the mat, coming back to tabletop. Untuck your toes. You're going to go ahead and extend your right leg out to the right side and walk your hands all the way in. So you're coming to stand on your left knee. Right hand rests on the right thigh. With an in-breath, reaching up through the left arm. And as you exhale, bending over to the right side. Gate pose. So pressing your left hip further towards that left edge of your mat. And then maybe pulling your left arm back in space to really spin the chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe taking your gaze up here as well. Good, deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next inhale, reach that left arm back up. Bringing the hands all the way down to the mat as you exhale. We're going to come into a funky little, almost like a one-leg child's pose. So keeping the right leg where it is and dropping your left hip back onto your left heel. Now you can come onto forearms. You can reach your arms out in front of you. You can make yourself a little pillow with your arms here just to rest your forehead down on. And just find your breath here. Notice any kind of sensation that comes up, feeling any stress in your physical body. And sending your breath into those places that need a little bit of extra love, a little bit of extra attention. Nice. And then start to ease up onto your hands. And you're going to just rock over to a seat on that left hip. Work your left foot to the inner right thigh and then try to come back evenly onto both sitting bones. You're going to take the top of your right hand down to the ground in front of your right leg. And we'll take another side stretch here, inhaling your left arm up. And then exhaling as you reach over through those left fingertips. This time actively pressing your left sitting bones down into the ground. Pulling that upper arm back, spinning the chest open towards the sky. And then with an inhale, bringing yourself back up. As you exhale, bring your left hand down beside you. I call this one flash dance. You're going to come to stand on that left knee and circle sweep your right arm up and back behind you. So big stretch, opening the heart. Take a breath in. And then exhale, gently release yourself down and start to crawl your way back into your tabletop. No fancy or pretty way to get there. And let's check that downward facing dog out one more time. So lifting your hips up and back. If you're still craving some movement here, feel free to move around. Or maybe you settle into just a bit of stillness for the next couple rounds of breath. Let your head go. Feel any tension release from your neck. And then gently set your knees back down, making your way back to your tabletop. Untuck your toes. You're going to take your left leg out to the left side now. Walk your hands in. Come all the way up to standing on your right knee. So setting up for gate pose on the other side. Left hand rests on the left thigh. Inhale your right arm straight up to the sky. And as you exhale, leaning over towards the left. Pressing your right hip out to the right edge of your mat. Drawing that upper arm back in space, really opening up through the chest as well as the side body. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. On your next inhale, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, we'll come into that sort of modified child's pose, dropping the right hip back to the heel. Keeping the left leg extended out to the side and then melting forward over that right thigh. Good. Maybe making yourself the little forearm pillow here. And we'll breathe. On your next inhale, gently bring yourself all the way up. This time you'll rock over onto your right hip just to come to a seat. Pull the right foot to the inner left thigh and then get nice and square on your sitting bones as you lower the top of your left hand down to the floor just inside your left leg. Inhaling your right arm up to the sky and then exhaling to bend over to the right side. So continuing to stretch into that side body, pull the arm back, open up. Option to gaze up here underneath your right arm as you breathe in. Breathe out. And then inhale to stretch your right arm back up overhead and landing that right hand down on the exhale. Moving into our flash dance pose, sweeping the left arm up and back behind you. Nice big heart opener here. Maybe the head drops back. Breathe in. And then exhale gently, release. Nice job. So finding that seat now, we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Take your hands and just kind of hold on to your shins. And as you draw back on your shoulders, I want you to puff up through your chest. Think back bend here. And if it's okay for your neck, you can drop your head back, take your gaze up, opening up through the throat center as well as the heart space. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Good, one more time, breathing in. Breathing out, and then gently bring yourself back to a neutral spine. And try to keep the spine nice and long here. You're gonna lead with your heart. You can keep hold of your shins or even take hold of your feet now and just start to circle your torso around. Maybe 3 times in one direction. And then we'll switch it out and go the other way. So nice and easy movement here. Good, and then bringing yourself back to center. You can use your hands to draw your knees together. Plant your feet flat. Go ahead and bring your hands back behind you. Fingertips point forward. And we'll come into reverse tabletop. So you're lifting your hips up off the ground. You can keep your gaze forward if that's best for your neck, or let the head drop back. So a nice stretch for the hip flexors. I'm feeling this also in my biceps and the fronts of my shoulders. Feels so good. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly lower your seat all the way down to the ground, extending both legs straight out in front of you. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Find lots of length through your spine here. Now, as you exhale, lead with your heart. Start to fold forward. You're just going down about 1/3 of the way, and then I want you to pause. Take another breath in. See if you can lengthen even more. With this exhale, go down about another 1/3 of the way. Pause. One more time, deep breath in, reach and lengthen, and then exhale, go all the way down. You can round your spine. You can drop your head. You can bend your knees. You can catch hold of your feet. Lots of options. Most importantly, just taking some breath. Breathing in, breathing out. On your next inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Let's reach those arms back up overhead. And then as you exhale, releasing your arms back down by your sides. I want you to bend your right knee and cross your right leg over your left, planting that foot flat. We'll twist here. So wrapping your left arm around your right knee, right hand comes behind you, twisting around to your right as you breathe in, sit nice and tall. And as you breathe out, ground down into your sitting bones, relax your shoulders, soften your gaze. Good, gently unwind, coming back to center. We'll just switch that out, extend your right leg, bending your left knee, crossing that leg over the right, hugging it in as your left hand comes behind you. Twisting to your left with your breath in, sitting nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, just getting really rooted here. Awesome. Gently unwind, come back to center, and just start to make your way into another comfortable seated position. So maybe that's where you started. Maybe you do something a little bit different. And you can just rest your hands down in your lap. And I want you to let your head drop over to the right. Just take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, let your chin drop down towards your chest. And we'll take it side to side with the breath, inhaling your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then exhaling chin to chest. Beautiful. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, inhaling left ear, left shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Nice, gently lifting your head back up to center, stacking your ears over your shoulders, lifting those shoulders up towards the ears, and then looping them back and down. Taking a breath in to do that again, lifting the shoulders up, and as you breathe out, rolling them down the back. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. Nice job. On your next inhale, sweeping both arms up overhead, maybe gazing up here as the palms touch. As you exhale, just lowering those hands right back down to the earth. Do that again. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And exhaling to release the hands all the way back down. One more time. Big breath in. Circle sweep the arms up. This time bringing your palms to touch. And as you exhale, drawing those hands into your heart space. And we will finish our short and sweet gentle practice here with a heart and mind of gratitude. Thank you so much for finding me. Thank you for practicing with me. Know that the light and the love in me sees and honors the light and the love in you. Namaste.